At 18 years old, I decided to commit to play Division I college soccer at UC Davis. I spent 4 years playing for the Aggies before continuing to sign my first professional contract at the age of 22. Flash forward 10 years and I'm still playing professional football, but I'm also still playing in the USL Championship. So looking back now, was that the right decision, or do I regret playing college soccer? First, let's break down the pros and cons of college soccer. The first pro is you can continue your education while competing at a relatively high level to set yourself up for success after your playing days are over. Secondly, through scholarships, you can get heavily discounted tuitions, and sometimes you can even attend the school for free. The next pro is at the top Division I schools, sometimes even the top Division II schools, you can get fantastic training facilities. Beautiful Bermuda grass pitches, state-of-the-art facilities, weight room, treatment center, etc. In fact, these can be so good that they can sometimes rival professional level setups. One successful season at the collegiate level can also get eyes on you at the professional level. There's even footballers that have made the jump from college soccer to the MLS and then over to some of the top teams in the world. The next pro is that you can leave at any time in order to pursue a professional contract. You don't have to be there for 4 years. And lastly, college is an extremely fun environment when you balance it right with soccer and school. Now for the cons, first, you have to split your time between school and soccer. College social life can also be very distracting for a lot of footballers. Next, you probably won't get school completely paid for. Most likely, you're gonna have to shell out some cash in order to attend that university. There's also an extremely short 3-month season with strict limits restricting your on-ball training hours in the off-season. Lastly, if you stay for all 4 years, you can technically waste 4 great prime pro playing years of your career. And graduating at 21 or 22 years old can greatly reduce your interest from professional clubs, especially in Europe. So as you can see, it can be a good path, but it can also be a bad path. But the main question is it the right path for you? And was it the right path for me? I think that there is 4 possible scenarios that you can fall under as a graduating high school student. Scenario 1, this footballer is a top prospect coming out of high school with multiple collegiate offers, multiple MLS, USL clubs interested, and maybe even some interest from foreign clubs. In my opinion, this athlete should highly consider skipping the collegiate game and heading straight for the professional level. You're either already looking at huge clubs and significant amounts of money, or you're 1 or 2 seasons away from life-changing money and sometimes reaching the highest level of football. In this situation, that risk of going for it is worth the reward. It's a calculated risk, and I think it's one that you should take. The biggest loan deals in USL Championship and MLS history have come from players in this age group. In this situation, I think that going the collegiate route is only going to reduce your market value as a player. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, especially the off-season series, you guys will remember Rubio Rubin. He fell into this category as a high school student. He was on the US Youth National Team. He was the US Young Male Soccer Player of the Year. And then as soon as he could at 18, he went over to sign with FC Utrecht. I don't want to speak for Rubio, but for me, he made the right decision. And I think there definitely would have been some regret there if he took the safe route and went and played collegiate soccer, even if he went to one of the top universities in the country. Scenario 2, this athlete is a very good prospect coming out of high school with multiple Division I, Division II college scholarship offers, and also some interest from some MLS Next Pro, as well as some USL Championship and USL League One teams. Maybe there's even some interest from lower leagues abroad. For me, this is kind of the bubble zone. Signing for a lower league like the USL Championship, League One, MLS Next Pro at 17, 18 years old, and then having 1 or 2 very successful seasons can completely catapult you to the next level. However, if you don't come in as a regular starter or you're not having extremely successful seasons, then it's very likely that you can get stuck in these leagues. In my opinion, the best thing you can do is entertain both options for as long as possible. Pursue professional opportunities as well as collegiate opportunities. And then when you get more concrete offers, you can weigh these offers against each other and really go with your gut to see which one you think is best. I would suggest players to pursue the professional opportunities if your contract is maybe multi-year. You're having a conversation with the coach or the sporting director or people from the club, and you can tell that there's interest of you becoming a starter or a key player for that team. And hopefully you're getting some impression from the club that the goal is to develop you for a year or 2 and then to sell you for a big fee. If that's the impression that you're getting from these professional opportunities, then I think that risk is worth the reward. And I think you should go for that professional contract and forgo college soccer. A great example of this is Jonathan Gomez. He came through FC Dallas's academy. He signed for North Texas SC on an academy contract or an amateur contract. And then at 16, 17, he signed for Louisville City. He then went on to have 2 really successful seasons with Louisville City and then got transferred over to Real Sociedad B. And now I think he's playing in the Greek Super League. However, if your contract offers or the impression that you're getting from the club is not falling under those criteria, then it might not be worth it to pursue that professional contract. This for me would be scenario 3. If you're only getting offered a 1-year deal, or if you're not getting the impression that you're going to be coming in as a core of the team or a serious key part to the team, or you haven't heard anything about the goal or the vision is to develop you for a year or 2 and then to sell you, for me, I think it'd be more worth it to pursue the collegiate route. Because if you're getting this much interest from professional level teams, it should be relatively straightforward for you to lock down a top 25 Division I school. And here you will get the experience of being in a top 25 school. The training fields, the treatment resources, the weight room, everything that goes into playing for one of these big schools, sometimes it's equivalent of playing first division in many, many countries. Obviously, you'll also be working towards a degree that will set you up after your playing days. But at the end of the day, if you hate it and it's not the right move for you, you can leave at any time. A great example of a player that fell in this category is Tajon Buchanan. He was a youth player at Real Colorado. I don't know how many professional contracts he had at 17, 18, but he decided to go to Syracuse University. He played there for 2 years, had 2 great seasons, and then signed a homegrown deal with the MLS and got drafted to New England Revolution. Now, I'm sure many of you guys know, but he ended up going to Club Brugge, and now he's playing at Inter Milan. A crazy story and a crazy ascension, and it's not typical, but I'm just here to say that that route still exists and that route is possible. And finally, you have scenario 4. This player is a mid to low level prospect coming out of high school with maybe some interest or maybe some collegiate offers from D1, D2, maybe some NAIA schools. However, there is 0 interest or contract offers from professional teams. For this athlete, for me, it's a no-brainer. Go the college route. Personally, I think that the grind that you would go to scrounge up a lower level professional contract or semi-pro contract would not make sense for me, and skipping the collegiate route. I think it would be the wrong decision financially. I think it would probably be the wrong decision with how you're treated and the professionalism of the club or the school with the training facilities and the weight room and how many times you train and all that stuff. And I also just think in terms of general quality of life and fun, I think that it would also be a mistake. Now, there is an argument that if you go over and sign a low-level deal, maybe you can climb up the ranks and climb up the leagues and find success through these environments. That's 100% true, and players do that. I just think it's a riskier path to take versus college. And the only time that I would encourage a player to skip out in college if you fall under this category is if you had 0 interest in obtaining a college degree and you had 0 interest in going to college. If I'm describing you and all you care about is pro footy and you just want to just focus on football, then maybe it is worth it. But for everyone else, I think you should go to college, work towards a degree, continue to develop your game, and when you're ready or when you want to, you can leave and go after that professional deal. Now, turning the script back to myself. Did I make a mistake playing collegiate soccer? Do I regret that decision? Well, I fell under category 4. I was scenario 4 through and through. I had 3 Division I college offers that I had to claw tooth and nail to get, work my ass off to get. I had a few Division II, a few Division III, and some NAIA offers, but I had 0 professional clubs coming after me, 0 interest from any professional team out there. And looking back at 17, 18-year-old me, I didn't deserve any professional interest. I wasn't ready for the professional game. I needed another 3-4 years to really develop my game, develop into my body in order to become a pro. I've thought a lot about what my life would look like if I tried to go abroad at 17, 18 and grind out a low-level semi-pro contract and just try to climb up the ranks, which I have been through, but I did that after my 4 years of college. But if I imagine myself going at 17, 18, I don't think that I would have enjoyed it as much. I don't think that I would have developed as much compared to the training and the facilities I had at the Division I collegiate level. And I don't think that my career would have panned out as well as it did. I might be wrong. I have no crystal ball to predict the future of this alternate timeline, but my gut's telling me that it would not have worked out as well as it did going to college. But who knows? I might be wrong. So overall, no, I don't regret going to college soccer. I think it was one of the best decisions that I made. And if I could go back in time and talk to 17-year-old Matt Sheldon, I would say invest in some Bitcoin, but keep on going to college. Go to UC Davis, get your 4 years there, continue to develop, train with the San Jose Earthquakes U23s just like you did, develop your game, and when you're ready at 21 years old, 22 years old, leave and try to sign a pro deal. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. All of this is my opinion, and you can talk to somebody else who's gonna have a very different opinion, but I just thought I would give that out there in the world because I know 17-year-old me would love to see that and would definitely appreciate some of the advice that's in this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, peace.